I released a new video this morning and it's not doing so well.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Is it the what is it called? The Monolith, what is it?
The Monolith Audition.
Audition.
So I broke it up into 3 different ones because it was just getting super long. Right. So I had a whole section that was all measurements because it was the towers, the bookshelf, and the center. So I'm like, had to talk about each one.
Right.
And
you
so
did measurements.
I made a measurement one. Of course, people don't really watch the measurement one. And then I made one that's like the binaural demo because I wanted to show like kind of how they sounded. Did all right. And I'm like, oh, this one, the review should be good. I posted it this morning. It's like, the heck? Shorts are doing better than this. Yeah, not so good. I don't know why that happens. I think it's because the other 2 that were related to it didn't do so well. And so I'm thinking that YouTube's probably like, people must not be interested in this. But anyway, I still think it's an interesting thing. It's very inexpensive. It's Monolith's least expensive speakers, even less expensive than Encore series. Right? And it was very interesting because they were like, the tweeter was too bright by like 3 dB. Right? It was too hot. I'm like, that's weird because they're always like, pretty spot on with their tuning. And I guess what happened is supposedly the factory decided they could make the tweeter more efficient without saying anything. Like, hey, we made it more efficient. That means it's louder. That's good, right?
Yeah.
Supposedly. I don't know how true that is, but yeah.
I like your thumbnails, man. So I mean, it's not your title, it's not your thumbnails. Those look
Maybe it's this big face in the center of the screen.
It's that big old face. You know what?
Maybe if you dye your beard black.
Can you see my mouse pointer here? The screen?
Yeah. What you want to know what that is?
No, dude, it looks like the singe cell exploded into some art on the wall.
Farted. It looks like a turkey that like 3rd graders do or something.
It is.
Yeah, it's from his daughter. I could easily.
It's a thankful turkey that was still up from Thanksgiving.
Well, he's very thankful. If he's still up.
Super thankful. I think Techno Dad's in there on one of those, maybe. Yeah. Since you call so often, they're like, Techno Dad. The kids already know you. Yeah. But yeah, I thought it was interesting because it was so bright. Aaron, remember I told you that I this time I measured first and then listened afterwards?
Yeah, why'd you do that, man? That was a terrible idea.
Because just kidding. One good thing is sometimes you measure, right? And it's just that one speaker. And you measure the second one like, oh, there's a problem with this one. Something happened.
Yeah. Sometimes I've run into that.
That's kind of one reason why I did that, but also it doesn't matter to me. I don't care what the measurement says, because in this case, the measurement said it was too bright. I don't like bright speakers, right? So I listened to them, and they are bright. I mean, it is what it is, right? It sounded like it measured, but then the thing that was tricky was I didn't hate it, and usually I don't like it. And it was kind of weird because it sounded like there was a difference between a speaker that is well designed, where the tweeter was just too hot, versus one that just like they didn't know what they were doing, and like there's some weird issues. Yeah, the directivity issues, and it's too hot. Like it was weird because it just sounded like your treble was up too high.
Yeah, I've run into that,
and that's like, different though than a speaker that's just like all over the place. Like, I don't know what's wrong with this thing.
Yeah, there's been times I can't remember what speaker it was, but it's one of my more recent speaker reviews, which is like back in August or September, where I ran into a speaker that was like that. The treble was just boosted, and it wasn't like it was offensive, but you noticed it, as opposed to some speakers, when you listen to them, there may be 1 or 2 frequencies that are boosted and they stand out so much that it is offensive, right? But some speakers, it's almost like they have a contour built into them, and they got a gently rising frequency response on the top end, and it's just kind of like, I mean, I don't necessarily like it, but it's not as bad as other ones. Or you may look at it and be like, well, that's going to sound bright, and it kind of does, but it's not overbearing. It doesn't make you go, oh my God, I can't do this. Yeah. So it just depends.
Yeah, and I guess it's where it's at, because this one kind of had the dip in that 2 to 3 kilohertz region.
Yeah.
But then it was above 3 kilohertz where it was just like lifted. So I don't know. I just thought that it was interesting that I did not hate it. Of course, I sounded better with it turned down.
Make sure to check out our audio-only version of the podcast at anchor.fm/Daily HiFi, or just go to your favorite podcasting service and search for Daily HiFi.